Hello students, today's lecture is about another important figure in literary criticism known as Henry James. And Henry James, for those who haven't maybe studied or heard of him, is a novelist. He is well known as a novelist. He's an American novelist, and he's the brother of another prominent figure, but in psychology, William James. If you have ever heard of William James, he's considered one of the important, significant psychologists and also the founder of pragmatism. يعني كفيلسوف William James وكعالم نفس أيضا مشهور جدا, and he is the brother of a famous novelist Henry James. So what does Henry James have to do with literary criticism? First of all, when we speak about criticism, or let's say the literary theory that Henry James brought to literary criticism, we are talking about fiction and novel. Mainly, if we think about the previous critics or the previous theorists in literary criticism, we notice that mostly they were focusing on poetry. But with James, especially that we know that novel has become more prominent in the 18th, 19th, and then in the 20th century it has taken a place, a very important place in literature, just like poetry, just like drama, for example. So what about all these novels that were being written, all these prominent names that were being established in the literary canon? What about the criticism behind, or how can we establish a certain theory that can analyze, evaluate, and judge these works? All the time we were talking about poetry. What about novels? You see, so beyond his fiction, James was one of the more important literary critics in the history of the novel. Okay, we are talking about the criticism of novel. When was, let's say, the beginnings of such theory? Throughout both the Romantic and Victorian eras. We all know that novel is relatively new genre. It started in the 18th, if we are talking of course about the English novel, it started in the 18th century, early 18th century, and then it's extended, and we all know that the most famous, or maybe the classics in the English literature, the novels that are considered to be classics, were written in the Romantic and the Victorian era. People in England and America also were reading such works as Wuthering Heights, Vanity Fair, Great Expectations, novels by Jane Austen, the Bronte sister, Charles Dickens, all these. You see, even in America we have Nathaniel Hawthorne. I mean, all these different novels that started to appeal to people, and we have now a group of readers, a new level, new let's say community of readers of novels. Few writers were providing a body of criticism for the genre of novel compared to poetry. See, this is what I was telling you, that now we need someone to judge these works, to evaluate them. In his critical essay, now comes the importance or the role that Henry James has played here as a critic. He has this essay which is entitled The Art of Fiction. Actually, this essay, I believe, is a response to another book. I think it's a book that has the same title. أكو كتاب آخر يعني اسمه The Art of Fiction، ما أتذكر اسم الناقد. فكان أيضا نوع من يعني حراك صار، يعني إنه أكو شخص كتب عن هذا الموضوع، فبالتالي هنري جيمس أيضا حاول إنه ينطي شنو رأيه أو نظريته بالموضوع. He provides us with the first well-articulated theory of the novel in English literature. So this is when we start to see theories coming to light concerning novel. James is concerned to establish the novel as a serious art form rather than as merely an amusing or escapist pastime. One might ask, why wasn't criticism of novels established from the very beginning, because the act of reading novels was believed to be something for you see, to pass time, to fill your leisure time. You see, this is an activity just for amusement. يعني هاي الفكرة حول إنه الروايات هي مجرد للمتعة، الشخص يقرأ الروايات حتى يستمتع بيها لا أكثر ولا أقل، تقضية وقت يعني. You see, it wasn't something taken seriously like poetry, like drama. You see, so what Henry was trying to say is no, actually novel is as serious as the other forms of literature, and we should think about it as a reflection of society that we should judge and evaluate. Okay, so what does this mean? While James' central thesis is that the novel must be free, its freedom is first worked out in relation to the kind of novelistic realism on which James insists. So when it comes to James, to Henry James, what is this idea about novel that could make it as an art a serious one? You see, first of all, he believes, of course, that the writer should be given some kind of freedom. Okay, there should be a kind of freedom, and here I think he is pointing to the Puritanism. تعرفون هاي الحركة البيوريتانز المتزمتين اللي كانوا يفرضون قيود على الأشياء اللي تكتب أو اللي تعرض على الفنون، على الآداب. You know the Puritans, the kind of restrictions they have placed on arts and or literature. So I think what he's trying to say here is to have something as the opposite to this to the Puritan mentality. Freedom, give the writers freedom to speak about things, experiences, things about real life, ideas, as free as they can write about them. يعني لا تقيد الكاتب. Give them freedom. Anything in reality could be, let's say, a topic or a theme or a subject in literature. يعني شنو القصد؟ القصد مو لازم دائما الأعمال الأدبية تتكلم بس عن الأخلاق، أو مثلا بس عن يكون لها فد مغزى، مثلا توصل فد فكرة تخص المجتمع أو الأخلاق بشكل عام. ما لازم دائما أكو رسالة أخلاقية من وراء الآداب، مثل ما مثلا كانوا البيوريتانز يقولون. لا، الأشياء الموجودة بالواقع حتى لو كانت أكو أشياء سيئة، even the bad things in life, even the evil things in life, whatever is there in reality deserves to be talked about. Because if we come to real life, these bad things, okay, even these evil things, they are part of life. يعني هو الحياة مو دائما كل شيء بها عبارة عن أشياء جيدة أو الخير أو الناس الأخلاقيين أو الأشياء النبيلة أو الشخصيات الجيدة أو الطيبة. مو دائما الحياة هيك، الحياة بها أشياء أخرى أيضا قد تكون عكس من هاي الأمور. We have bad things, we have evil characters, we have tragic things. So why just concentrate on noble people or heroes or good things or moralities when there are actually other things in life that also are as real as these things? Okay, إذا السر خلينا نقول أو كلمة السر هنا هي شنو؟ realism، الواقعية. Be realistic. Okay, try to free yourself and to speak about reality as it is. Okay, the only reason here I'm taking some quotes from his work. The only reason for the existence of a novel is that it does attempt to represent life. This is what a novel does. Okay, it is not a form of escaping from life. No, we are not escaping from life. We are representing life. As the picture is reality, so the novel is history. So when you are looking at a picture, what are you looking at? You are looking at something that has reflected part of reality. يعني الصورة أو الرسمة شنو دورها؟ تعكس منظر هو موجود في الحقيقة، أو تعكس صورة هي في الحقيقة موجودة، تعكسها كما هي وتمام تظهرها كما هي بدون تغيير. So is novel. الرواية أيضا لها نفس الدور. In attempting to represent life, the novelist's task is analogous with that of the painter. So just like a painter, مثل الرسام ينقل صورة أو مشهد كما هو، فإذا الروائي أيضا يفعل نفس الشيء. بس ممكن هسه هنا واحد يعترض أو يقول زين شنو دور الكاتب بهيك حالة؟ يعني إذا كان الكاتب مجرد بس ينقل صورة مثل ما الرسام ينقل صورة، what's the point? Or what is the purpose? What if I reflect reality as it is? What is next? يعني شنو النتيجة بعدين؟ خلينا نقول أنا نقلت الواقع بالرواية مالتي كما هو، زين وين لمسة الكاتب؟ وين دور الكاتب؟ In searching for truth, the novelistic art is analogous with philosophy as well as history. This double analogy, says James, is a magnificent heritage. This is the part, I mean, what the novelist is doing by showing reality, not just copying. يعني هو مو مجرد نسخ. Not just copying. What the novelist is trying to do is what? Is also to search for the truth behind this reality, or at least make the reader be able to see this reality in front of him and then try to come up with what is the truth behind it. يعني هنا دور الكاتب شنو؟ يثير القارئ حتى شنو؟ يحاول يكتشف الحقيقة من هاي الصورة اللي دا ينقلها عن الواقع. There is some kind of truth, and you as a reader, you should be able to know this truth. Okay? And this is just like that the writer is trying to show the philosophy or the truth that is behind these things that we see in real life. But maybe because we are indulged in our lives, we cannot see them. So the novel take these pictures of life, of real life, and put them in front of us, and then it enables us to look at them closely, to examine them, and then to understand the truth behind them. يعني الإنسان مرات هو صح إحنا عايشين بالواقع، بس إحنا يجوز نغفل ما نشوف هاي الأمور شنو الحقيقة اللي تكون يعني مرتبطة بيها، لكن الروائي يحاول إنه يذكرنا بيها. لما يعكس لنا الواقع كما هو، مو بس مجرد هو دا ينقل حرفيا الواقع، لا هو دا يحاول يخلينا نشوف أشياء ممكن إحنا ما كنا شايفيها. So, from the start, James' theory rejects the romantic notion of either Wordsworth or Coleridge that the reader will suspend disbelief while reading a text. Coleridge or Wordsworth, we all know that they are romantic poets as well as romantic critics. تعرفون الحركة الرومانسية أو الرومانطيقية مو مجرد حركة أدبية، ولكن أيضا كانت حركة نقدية، يعني عندهم في نظريات نقدية. Part of this literary theory of the Romantic period was something they call the willing suspension of disbelief. This is Coleridge's coining. What does it mean? Now think of yourself watching a movie or a TV series, and you know, in these movies we have all these kind of actions, things that happen with the characters. It is of course a whole story. When you look at this movie or this TV series, you react to it and you show your judgment to this thing as if it is something happening in real, but still you know that this is just acting. These are actors, they are not real people doing something real. يعني احنا كلنا نعرف الافلام والمسلسلات هي تمثيل، دول الاشخاص مو حقيقيين، مو شخصيات حقيقية، هاي مجرد ممثلين يأدون أدوار، تمام؟ ولكن مع ذلك، مع إنه إحنا نعرف هاي الحقيقة، ولكن إيش نختار؟ نختار إنه شنو؟ we suspend our disbelief. We disbelieve that what happens is real. يعني إحنا نعرف هذا الشيء مو حقيقي، ولكن شو نسوي؟ نختار نعطل هذا الإدراك. نسوي روحنا إنه لا، خل نخلي هذا الشيء على صفحة، على جنب، إنه حتى لو ما يخالف. حتى لو أنا أدري هذا الشيء مو حقيقي، بس أنا راح أتفاعل وياه وأتعامل وياه كأنما هو شيء حقيقي. you are willingly يعني بإرادتك يعني شنو تتغاضى أو تغض الطرف عن كون هذا الشيء مو حقيقي. you are willingly dealing with what you are looking at as if it is what? As if it is real, although you know it is not real. okay. هنا جيمس شو يقول؟ James rejects this. Why should we deal with what we see like this? Why should we deal with literature like this? No. A text must first be realistic. Okay? Don't escape. Don't escape. Deal with what you are reading, or the themes or the ideas of the literary work as they are real. They are talking about something real. Don't suspend your disbelief. No, believe in what you are reading. يعني تقريبا كان ضد النظرة الرومانسية اللي هي نظرة إلى حد كبير بها هروب من الواقع، بينما جيمس يقول لا، احنا لازم نرجع للواقع. okay. Realistic, a representation of life as it is, and one that is recognizable to its readers. Why read about some imaginary place or some characters that we can't see in life? Why not, on the contrary, write something for the readers that they can recognize. They look around, they can see something similar to it. يعني الإنسان إحنا شوف مرات نحب نقرأ، أو الشيء اللي نقرأه بالأدب أو الشيء اللي نشوفه بالقصة يكون يشبهنا أو حقيقي، نقدر إنه يعني نفهمه. ليش؟ لأنه يشبه شيء من واقعنا، من حقيقتنا. okay. Bad novels according to James are either romantic or scientific. يعني بالحالتين اكو شيء مو من الواقع، اما scientific شيء خيال علمي، او romantic فد شيء حالم او خيالي مو من الواقع. Good novels show us life in action and above all are interesting. okay. They create in us a kind of interest. We want to know what is behind this, what's the truth, what is the idea, although they are talking about real things. يعني الحقيقة، الأشياء الواقعية الحقيقية، ونحاول قدر الإمكان أنه تكون هاي الأشياء interesting، يعني تثير انتباهنا، تثير تفكيرنا. Good writers are good thinkers who can select, evaluate, and imaginatively use the stuff of life, the facts or pictures of reality in their works. هسه عاد يقول شو هذا؟ يقول imaginatively. Imaginatively means that you place your own touch on these real، وإلا فأنت راح تكون مجرد ناقل للواقع. صح أنت دا تنقل صور الواقع، ولكن تحاول أنه أنت بطريقتك وبأسلوبك الخاص تبين أو تظهر هاي الأشياء اللي أنت ماخذها من الواقع. Not just copying exactly, but also trying to add something from you. Okay. James shuns the omniscient third-person narrator as a vehicle for telling story. We all know in novels، يعني روايات اللي احنا ندرسها ونقراها، عادة اكو فد واحد narrator احنا نسميه omniscient, the one who is able to see all the characters, speak about all the characters, even speak about the interior of these characters, what they think, how they think, what is their feelings, what kind of things they have inside. هذا يسموه الأومنيزينت، القادر على أنه يحكي لنا القصة كلها حتى تفاصيل الشخصيات ودواخلها. James doesn't like this kind of storytelling. No, we shouldn't have such narrator. What we have to do is what? Show characters, emotions, actions rather than tell about them. Showing and not telling. Okay? Showing and not telling. Henry James recognized literary realism as the attempt not to reproduce the real directly, but rather to create an impression of it. So it's about some kind of impression that you want to create in your readers about reality, real things, not things from some other world that people cannot understand or relate to evoke for readers the sense, the air, the odor, the strange, irregular rhythm of reality. So it's all about realism. You have to be realistic, Henry James. This is what he's trying to say. You have to be realistic, and also he wanted to establish kind of seriousness to the art of novel, so that now we can speak about real life, we can speak about real characters in novels, and actually from beginning from Henry James we can say that we started to have criticism that is more related to the novel. Hope to see you in next videos really soon. Thank you.